You remember how you feel in situations. The memories that you have, the ones that stand out the most to you, are because of how you felt in that moment. Your wedding day is your favorite day because of how excited you were, how happy you were. You remember a hard breakup because of how sad you were. You remember maybe a really good birthday because of how excited you were, okay? We can't ignore that emotions are a crucial just part of human existence. I want to encourage people to not throw shade at people who are maybe more emotional or more in touch with their feelings, who maybe seem a little bit more sensitive. And that's not to say everybody should be sensitive. Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence to me is being able to identify, understand, and effectively communicate emotions. Whatever belief system you have to agree that there is a part of humankind that cannot be seen. I mean, if you don't agree with that foundation, this may not be the topic for you. Understanding the energies and the emotions around us. I remember in my undergrad study, we did an exercise where we literally had to list, you can list any and every adjective that you could, every feeling. So basically the exercise was to say the more feelings you could list is the more emotionally aware you are. Make a list and just name any different type of emotion, different adjectives: happy, sad, angry, disappointed, discouraged, depressed, excited, surprised, enraged, infuriated. Like, make a list. And if you can't think of that many, then maybe you should explore more feelings. There is more than happy, sad, and angry. The more specific you can be by pinpointing what you feel in reaction to something, the better you can treat it, the better you can communicate. When you can identify it in you, you're able to maneuver through relationships better. And that's every relationship, in the workplace, in school, in family, friendships, lovers, anywhere, any relationship it affects. Being emotionally intelligent impacts every relationship you have, okay? Because you're better able to understand humans in general. Being able to, because when you can identify it in yourself, you can identify it in other people. Why is that important? Why the hell do I have to care about how other people feel? Because you can maneuver whether or not, you can decide whether or not you want to be in that environment or not. If it's something like the workplace where you don't have much of a choice, if you want to be in that environment, you can change how you react to that environment. Let's say you have a coworker that is easily discouraged. You know, they get down on themselves. They don't maybe not have a lot of confidence. Maybe they're very negative. For you to be able to identify that, okay, this person gets discouraged easily, you have to deal with that person. They're not going to tick you off as easily, and they're not going to affect your mood as easily. They're not going to discourage you as easily. And who knows, you might even be able to get them to get out of that and be more value to the team. It's like a taboo on being emotionally aware. If a guy is in touch with his emotions, how many times do we look at him as like, oh, he's being soft? Why? I think feeling is a scary thing because it does take vulnerability to be able to feel and to be able to identify what you're feeling. Because you're going to have to look in a mirror and be like, oh my gosh, I am very disappointed. You have to allow yourself to identify maybe the negative feelings as well. You're not going to be able to change those negative feelings if you're not willing to identify it, okay? What do they say the first step to anything is? Admitting. And then you can work through it and you become more mature so that when that feeling comes up again, you may be able to better handle it. In early childhood education, when the kids would come in, they would take the emotion that they're feeling off a chart and Velcro stick it onto their name tag. And that lets their friends know, that lets the teachers know how they're feeling. It was maybe a list of like 6 emotions: happy, angry, excited, friendly, things like that. So if we encourage kids to identify how they're feeling, why do we stop that development as we get older? Why is it seen as a weakness when we get older? It's a strength. Why do we encourage kids to identify their emotions? Because we want them to communicate to adults what is going on so that we can better serve them, so that they don't get on our nerves as much. We need to continue that development of being emotionally aware all throughout life. To me, what is the point of being a human if you can't effectively communicate with the world that you're in? And another thing, women get deemed as the more emotional creatures, which I'm not saying is not true. However, I'm saying anger is an emotion, and let's not go there.